Hi guys, I'm Del, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to solve 3x3 systems of equations by using elimination. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So upon looking at this, you guys are probably freaking out about it and thinking, oh gosh, I don't know where to start. Well, it's quite simple actually. As you can see, there's three equations, and our first step is to pick two of them. It doesn't matter which one. Just pick two of them to work with for this first step. And basically what you want to do is try to eliminate one of your variables. As you can see, we have our x variables, our y variables, and our z variables. So it doesn't matter which variable you want to eliminate first. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to start off with x and try to eliminate that. And the two equations I'm going to use to start off with is the first one and the second one. So you want to find a number that you can distribute into one of your equations to, like, I don't know, transform the equation, so that way you can eliminate your variables. So for the second equation, I'm actually going to distribute a -1 to it, and that'll change up the second equation, so that way I can eliminate my x variable. So yeah. So this is what your equation is going to look like. So I distributed my -1, and this is what the equation turned into. And note that you want to distribute whatever number you use into the answer that's given as well. So originally I had -2, but distributing a -1 turned it into a +2. So anyways, now that we distributed and transformed the equation, we can actually eliminate. So as you guys can see, 5 minus 5 eliminates our x variable, and lucky enough, we also eliminated our y variable right off the bat as well. Now this doesn't always happen, but this is a rare case, which is nice. I welcome it. So that just leaves us with our z variable, and so upon doing that, I got 2z, and then equals -6. So then what you want to do after that is divide 2 over 2 and -6 over 2, and you'll get your value for z. So upon doing that, I got -3 for z, so that's what your z value is. So it's pretty straightforward so far. Hope you guys are following along just fine. And now let's go into the second step. So going back to our original equations here, I used these two for our first step. So for the second step, you want to use the equation that you didn't use first. You must use the one you didn't use. And in addition to that, for your second equation, it could be either one of the ones you've already used. So we definitely need to use our third equation. And I think for the sake of this, I'm gonna use the first one again. So yeah. So now using the first and the third equation, you want to eliminate the same variable that you eliminated prior. So for the first step, we eliminated x, and we just so happen to eliminate y as well. So we're going to eliminate x here once again. So I thought to myself, how could I eliminate this? And I saw that 5 and 3, well, -3, but I thought of 15 right off the bat. So what you can do is for 5, you can distribute a 3 into the equation to turn that into a positive 15, and then you can distribute a 5 in this one to turn this into a negative 15, so that way the x's cancel each other out. So afterward, it should look something like this. So as you can see, the x's eliminate once again, and then 18 minus 20 gives you negative 2y, and then negative 9z plus 5z gives you negative 4z, and then negative 24 plus 40 equals 16. So now you're left with this equation. Well, right off the bat, I noticed the z, and we know what the z is, which is negative 3, so we can actually plug in negative 3 into z and solve this. So I plugged in negative 3 for z, and combining those gave me 12. So what you're going to do after that is subtract 12 on both sides, and you're going to be left with negative 2y equals 4. And you're just going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. And y is negative 2. So that's the second major step. There's one more, because we still got to solve for x. This final step is pretty straightforward. So going back to our original equations here, it doesn't matter, once again, but you want to pick one of the 3 equations to work with for this third step. So for the sake of this, I'm just going to use the third one. Third one seems simple. So yeah. So looking at the third equation, we already know what z is and what y is. Z being negative 3 and y being negative 2. So you can simply just plug in those numbers for y and z and solve the equation. So you should get something that looks like this. I, plugged in y and z and combined them, and so that's what I got. So then you want to subtract 5 from both sides. And upon doing that, you should get something like this, and then you want to divide both sides by negative 3, and x equals negative 1. So that, my friends, is how you solve 3x3 system of equations by using elimination. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful and not too difficult. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.